And turning now to the Middle East, Hezbollah striking back after an Israeli offensive today. The Jerusalem Post saying Hezbollah launched a barrage of long-range missiles into Israel, one hitting Nazareth. And this after the IDF conducted its second round of strikes in Lebanon, hitting 400 targets. This comes after deadly attacks this week. Israel has traded fire with Hezbollah since the IDF entered Gaza in its war with Hamas. On Wednesday, 12 people were killed, thousands more injured after pagers exploded in Lebanon. Israel didn't take credit for the attack, but U.S. sources believe Israel is behind it. Hezbollah called the move a declaration of war. And a day later, 20 more people were killed, 450 were injured in a walkie-talkie attack in Lebanon. Hezbollah retaliated by launching 140 rockets into Israel. Israel returned fire, the IDF conducting strikes in Beirut, saying it took out 2 top Hezbollah commanders as well as other operatives. To talk more about the significance of all of this, we welcome now the former U.S. ambassador to Israel and Lebanon, Richard H. Jones. Richard, thank you so much for being here. As you know, Hezbollah has leadership within the Lebanese government. How do you think U.S. officials are now reacting to this recent escalation in violence?
Well, first, thank you for having me. I'm not sure it matters how U.S. officials are reacting to this situation. I don't know that we have much influence on either party, certainly not on Hezbollah. But it seems to me that you have a situation where neither side has really decided whether they want to have all-out conflict. And they are sort of circling each other, seeing who's going to back down. So far, Israel has taken the upper hand with their attacks that you reviewed in the intro. But Hezbollah has struck back with the rocket attacks. But the rocket attacks have done very little damage in Israel. I think there was one fatality maybe from the barrage of rockets that you talked about. Nazareth, by the way, is a Christian Arab city. It's within Israel, but I don't see why that was a Hezbollah target particularly, because if anything, that undermines Hezbollah's support within Lebanon. Lebanon, of course, is a multi-confessional country. And there are many Lebanese that are not particularly fond of Hezbollah. And so I think what Israel's been trying to do is alienate Hezbollah from the Lebanese people. And, there are Lebanese that are happy to see Hezbollah hit. And when it strikes back, it builds support for Israel at home. So I think from the Israeli perspective, it may even be thought of as a win-win situation. They strike, it divides Lebanon because, after all, Hezbollah unilaterally decided to stick up for the Palestinians after the response to October 7th. And now Lebanese of all confessions are suffering as a result.
When we hear about forces infiltrating pagers and walkie-talkies with explosives, can you take us behind the scenes a bit and explain what sort of intelligence it takes to pull off a mission like that?
Well, it's truly an impressive accomplishment from a technical standpoint, obviously, by Israel that they were able to do this. I believe that they had to either somehow put up a front company that would compete for the pagers. Maybe they bribed somebody in the manufacturer. There are many different things. But the fact that they knew that there was an order being issued, and that we're able to somehow infiltrate and compete for that order is truly a head scratcher, I think, for a lot of people. And it obviously took Hezbollah completely off guard. And they wanted to show that not only did they do it once, but they did it twice, because they did it with the walkie-talkies as well as the pagers. And I saw today that the walkie-talkie company has denied that they were their walkie-talkies. They said these were counterfeit walkie-talkies because they don't have the laser sticker on them that the company puts on normally. So they were not only able to intercept and know about the order, they were able to come up with their own walkie-talkies in response to that order. So, I mean, it's really a very difficult operation. It suggests that there's an inside source. And I think that Hezbollah has been looking for that source. And this is one thing. I think Israel is trying to put Hezbollah, and they have succeeded in putting Hezbollah on the back foot with this series of operations. Because now, instead of planning to move forward against Israel, first of all, they've got to mourn the loss of dozens of people. And they've got 2,000 families of Hezbollah members that are mad at them because their loved ones have been injured. Wow. And now they have to worry about, where did Israel get this information? So
right, and that would make it a much more significant operation, certainly.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.